Washington, gun makers have taken in more than $1 billion from selling AR-15 style guns over the past decade, at times marketing them as a way for young men to prove their masculinity, even as the number of mass shootings increases, according to a House investigation unveiled Wednesday. The weapons have been used in massacres that have horrified the nation, including one that left 10 people dead at a grocery store in Buffalo and another where 19 children and 2 teachers were shot to death in Uvalde, Texas. The Committee on Oversight and Reform said some ads mimic popular first-person shooter video games or tout the weapon's military pedigree, while others claim the guns will put buyers at the top of the testosterone food chain. Those sales tactics are deeply disturbing, exploitative and reckless. In short, the gun industry is profiting off the blood of innocent Americans. Gun makers, on the other hand, said AR-15 style rifles are responsible for a small portion of gun homicides and the blame must go to the shooters rather than their weapons. What we saw in Uvalde, Buffalo, and Highland Park. The cruelty of the murderers who committed these acts is unfathomable and deeply disturbs me, my family, my employees and millions of Americans across this country. However, he added later in testimony before the committee, I believe that these murders are local problems that have to be solved. The House panel's investigation focused on 5 major gun makers, and found they took in a combined total of more than $1 billion in revenue over the past 10 years from the sale of AR-15 style firearms. The revenue numbers were released for the committee hearing focused on the marketing and sales of the firearms that have gained notoriety because of their use in the mass killings. 2 of the companies approximately tripled their revenue from the weapons over the past 3 years, the committee found. Daniel Defense, based near Savannah, Georgia, raised that revenue from $40 million in 2019 to more than $120 million last year. The company sells weapons like the one used in Uvalde on credit and advertises that financing can be approved in seconds. Salvador Ramos, accused in the Uvalde shootings, began purchasing firearms and ammunition when he turned 18, eventually spending more than $5,000 on two-style rifles, and then Sturm, Ruger and Company's gross revenue, meanwhile, has nearly tripled from $39 million to $103 million since 2019, and Smith and Wesson reported that its revenues from all long guns doubled from 2019 to 2021. Gun manufacturers, the committee said, don't gather or analyze safety data related to firearms.